Hello students, you all are welcome in business study lecture. Chapter number 3rd. Topic is management by objectives. Video number 20. Today we will discuss the meaning, definition, natures of MBO, merits of MBO and demerits of MBO. Management by objectives. First meaning. Setting goals for all managerial activities is known as MBO. It means whatever level the employees, the manager are working, first of all they have to set their goals. After they can start their work. Without setting the goals, they cannot perform their duties well. It means if we don't know where we have to go, so how we can reach there? It means first of all we have to know about our goals, about our objectives. So we can easily say that setting goals for all managerial activities is known as MBO, management by objectives. Definition. According to NRIA, this is goal-oriented philosophy of management which emphasizes on achievement and results. It means simply we can say that it is a goal-oriented philosophy which tell us emphasize on achievement and results. It means we can set our objectives for achievements and results only. Nature of MBO. It is a functional approach giving primary importance to goal setting process. It means it is a systematically process which tell us about the goal setting process. It means in definition we already discussed, without setting goals we cannot achieve our targets. So for achieving our targets, results, we have to set our goals. It is our primary importance. Second, it focuses on process of setting goals at every level of the organization, not on the means of for their implementation. It means इसका जो फोकस है, मेन फोकस है वो सेटिंग गोल्स पर है, हर एक लेवल पर, टॉप लेवल, मिडिल लेवल, लोअर लेवल, whatever employees are working in the organization, it will apply on everybody, not on the means for their implementation. It means top level management, middle level management, lower level management will give us work but will not provide ready-made solution for the work. We have to select any pattern, whatever we know. We have to efficiently or effectively achieve our targets. It means it focuses more on process of setting goals every level of the organization, not on the means for their implementation. Get it? Third point, it is a result oriented approach. We already discussed कि we have to set our goals for achieving our targets, our goals, our achievements. For this ideology is based on idea of participation, which believes that people are more committed to the objective set by them. It means we can say that it is a simply process, idea of participation which believes that people are more committed when objective set by them. It means employees को जब targets, goals set करते समय उनके ओपिनियन ले लिए जाते हैं, उनके सजेशंस ले लिए जाते हैं, उसके बाद एम्प्लॉयज को ये विश्वास हो जाता है कि दे आर इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिकॉज they are participated in selecting or setting the goals. That's why they are giving their 100% efficiency in the organization for achieving the individual targets or managerial targets. MBO, management by objectives. Advantages of MBO to organization, to superior, to subordinate. In fact, it means there are 3 types of advantages which are given to the ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, टू द सुपीरियर्स और टू द सबऑर्डिनेट्स. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को क्या क्या एडवांटेजेस हैं एमबीओ से, हायर लेवल मैनेजमेंट, सुपीरियर्स को क्या क्या एडवांटेजेस हैं, और सबऑर्डिनेट्स को जो सुपीरियर के अंडर में काम कर रहे हैं, हाई लेवल मैनेजमेंट के अंडर में काम कर रहे हैं, उनको क्या क्या इससे फायदे हैं. फर्स्ट विल डिस्कस एडवांटेजेस ऑफ एमबीओ टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इट मींस एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट. एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट मींस व्हेन the employees are known well कि they have to perform these duties according to the organizational goal. So it is very easy to achieve the targets, goals if they know that this is the pattern they have to perform like this. Efficient management means without wasting the resources or optimum utilization of resources is possible only efficient management when we are applying. Second, effective planning. We know very well without planning we cannot perform any work, we cannot achieve our targets. Effective planning tell us about the roles, structure, everything which will follow in the organization. इफेक्टिव प्लानिंग से हम हमारे सारे के सारे टारगेट्स गोल्स इजीली अचीव कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल इन द एग्जाम टाइम वी कैन परफॉर्म वेल इफ वी आर प्लान फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. स्टार्टिंग से ही अगर हम प्लान लेकर चलते हैं, टारगेट्स लेकर चलते हैं, तो उनको प्राप्त करना, अचीव करना बहुत इजी हो जाता है और वो पॉसिबल होता है इफेक्टिव प्लानिंग से. थर्ड, क्लैरिटी ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मीन्स delegation of authority, centralization, decentralization, roles, structures, whatever having in the organization. The employee and managers well known about the organization. कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किस तरह के रोल्स उन्हें परफॉर्म करने हैं, कैसा हमारा स्ट्रक्चर है, डेलीगेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी किसको देनी है, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन अपनाना है, सेंट्रलाइजेशन अपनाना है, डिवीजन ऑफ वर्क अप्लाई करना है. वी एम्प्लॉयज आर नोन अबाउट द देयर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. क्लैरिटी ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इट मींस हर एक एम्प्लॉय को, मैनेजर को उनकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, उनके काम करने के तरीके के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. वो उनके लिए क्या होता है, बेहतर होता है और उससे अच्छे रिजल्ट्स अच्छे मिलते हैं. इफेक्टिव कंट्रोल. इफेक्टिव कंट्रोल मींस ऑप्टिमम यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज. वी कैन मेजर द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयज कि वेदर दे आर वर्किंग अकॉर्डिंग टू द प्लान और नॉट. वी इफ देयर इज ए problem of deviation differences, then we have to apply the effective control. Superiors or high level manager can make control on the subordinates or they can easily get the good results due to advantages of MBO to the organization. Second, advantages of MBO to the superior. superior को क्या क्या फायदे होते हैं MBO से देखिए. First, it is easy to guide subordinate. It means middle level manager easily guide to the subordinates for performing their duties well, because they have to implement the plan and policies according to the high level. Second, subordinates can easily motivated when they known about the work. They can easily motivated. They are ready to work with 100% efficiency. They are willingly approach to the work. So subordinates can be easily motivated. जो भी एम्प्लॉयज संस्था में, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहे हैं, उनको प्रोत्साहित करना बहुत आसान हो जाता है एमबीओ के थ्रू. थर्ड, इट प्रोवाइड्स ए बेस फॉर इवेल्युएटिंग द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ सबऑर्डिनेट. एमबीओ एक ऐसा बेस प्रोवाइड करवाता है जिससे हम एम्प्लॉयज की परफॉर्मेंस को, उनके काम करने के तरीके को क्या कर सकते हैं, मेजर कर सकते हैं और उसको और बेहतर बना सकते हैं. अगर उसमें किसी तरह का कोई डेविएशन आता है, वी कैन वर्क अकॉर्डिंग टू द टारगेट. इफ द एफिशिएंसी विल बी रिड्यूस्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टैंडर्ड, तो वी कैन इंक्रीज, वी कैन मोटिवेट द एम्प्लॉयज और वी कैन इंक्रीज द एफिशिएंसी ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयज बाय इवेल्युएटिंग द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ सबऑर्डिनेट्स. In a classroom, a teacher can take the test or he can measure the performance of the student. If they are not performing well or they are not working according to the standard, so we can motivate, we can guide them, or then after that they can improve their performance. Coordination between departments and employees becomes simpler. We know very well in a organization, coordination is very important. Without coordination, a manager, an employee cannot perform their duties. They cannot achieve their targets. Coordination is must required in the organization. Or coordination between departments, purchase department, sales department, production department. These are the departments and the employees are working in different departments. So coordination is required. For example, a manager get a order from different companies to production for 100 units. If they are not coordinated with purchase department, sales department, production department, if there is a lapse of coordination between departments and employees, then they cannot perform their duties. So coordination is required in the departments and employees. It will become simpler due to advantages of MBO to the superior. Third, advantages of MBO to the subordinates. सबॉर्डिनेट्स को एमबीओ से क्या क्या फायदे हैं, क्या क्या एडवांटेजेज है. easy to achieve organizational goal when the employees are known well कि they have to perform their duties like this, these are the standard, or they can work accordingly whatever plan and policies made by the top level management. So it is easy to achieve the organizational goal. जब हमें पता होता है कि हमें काम को इस तरह से करना है, this is our work, this is our responsibility, this is our duty, these are our duties, so we can perform better. Second, work satisfaction increase and disappointments ends. If we are continuously working, so we can increase the work satisfaction in our mind, in our organizations, or disappointments, conflicts ends. जब हम कंटिन्यूसली काम करते हैं और काम को ही 100% माइंड में रखते हैं, किसी और तरह की चीजें हमारे दिमाग में नहीं आती है, तो हमारा वर्क सेटिस्फेक्शन लेवल इंक्रीज हो जाता है और डिसअपॉइंटमेंट्स खत्म होने लगते हैं, और इससे हमारी वर्किंग एफिशिएंसी क्या होती है, इंक्रीज होती है. थर्ड, सबऑर्डिनेट्स आर मोटिवेटेड टू डू मोर वर्क when the disappointments ends and work satisfaction increases. So subordinates are motivated easily for doing more work in the organization, for taking the initiative, taking rewards etc. in the organization. Fourth, they can understand the expectations of their managers well. जब एम्प्लॉय संस्था में काम करने लगते हैं, अच्छे से काम करने लगते हैं, तो उनकी जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है, मैनेजर्स की जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है, उनको वो भली बात समझने लगते हैं और उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही काम करने लगते हैं. मैनेजर्स और सबऑर्डिनेट्स में अच्छे रिलेशंस बनने लगते हैं. सो दीज आर द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ एमबीओ. लिमिटेशंस ऑफ एमबीओ. फर्स्ट, limitations means negative perspective, negative effects of MBO in the organization. First, difficulty in objective determination. It means we can understand in large organization it is very difficult to set the goals. It means we can take the example in a organization 1,000 employees are working, so it is very difficult to set the goals of individual level of employees, individual departments. There are many departments in the organization when we are taking the large production, so it is very difficult to select the objective. Second, problem of balancing and coordination. We can understand the problem in a large organization it is very difficult but not impossible, but there is a problem of balancing and coordination. We can take the example in a group dance performance there are 10 members, so we can easily coordinate or balance the thing. But if we are taking the 1,000 employees in the organization, or we are thinking कि we can balance and coordinate the things easily, it is not possible. It is not possible easily. So there is a problem of balancing and coordination in large organization. Third, inflexibility. It means in a large organization, once the plan are made, once the plan are set, it is very difficult to changes the plans according to the individual person, employees or managers or departments or etc. It is very difficult. Other limitations. First, lack of cooperation and support of top level managers. In large organization it is very difficult, because MBO program can be successful only for the perspective of the top level manager, because they can guide, they can direct, they can motivate to take initiative in the organization. If they are not giving the cooperation and support, then the superior cannot perform the duties well. So second, lack of suitable motivation, incentives and rewards to the employees. Superior cannot perform their duties, superior cannot motivate it to the subordinates. In the absence of suitable motivation, incentive or rewards, employees are working for the salary and they are also working for the incentive and reward also. If the top level manager will not support to the subordinates or superiors or managers, then the MBO program cannot be successful. Third, excessive pressure of subordinate. सबऑर्डिनेट के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर होता है, बड़ी लार्ज ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में काम का प्रेशर रहता है। इस प्रेशर के अंदर जो एम्प्लॉइज है वो काम को छोड़ सकता है, दूसरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जा सकता है, इसलिए एमबीओ प्रोग्राम यहाँ पर सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाता है, क्योंकि सबऑर्डिनेट्स के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर रहता है टॉप लेवल मैनेजर्स का काम को लेकर। डिफिकल्ट टू इम्प्लीमेंट इन ट्रेडिशनल और कंजर्वेटिव ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इट मीन्स डिफिकल्ट टू इम्प्लीमेंट इन ट्रेडिशनल मतलब जो पुराने तरीके थे, परंपरागत जो तरीके थे, कंजर्वेटिव जो पुरानी सोच वाले एम्प्लॉइज है वो नई चीजों को अडॉप्ट नहीं करना चाहते हैं, नए तरीके से काम नहीं करना चाहते। वे लोग नहीं चाहते हैं कि उनके ऊपर हर तरह से निगरानी की जाए, उनकी परफॉर्मेंस को मेजर किया जाए। तो एमबीओ प्रोग्राम जो पुरानी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, ओल्ड ट्रेडिशनल जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, कंजर्वेटिव सोच वाले जो एम्प्लॉइज वहां काम करते हैं, वहां पर एमबीओ प्रोग्राम सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाता है। टाइम कंज्यूमिंग प्रोसेस, it is a time consuming process, it will take so much time because in a top level manager, middle level manager, subordinate, superiors, employees, it means it will take so much time. So these are the other limitations which are related to the MBO. In this video we discussed about the MBO meaning, definition, nature, advantages of organization, advantages to the high level management, advantages to the subordinates, and limitations of MBO. So this topic is completed related to the MBO. Please like, subscribe, comments on this video so I can improve my teaching efforts to you. Thank you.